Well, I think the first thing when you're thinking about educating consumers is to really keep it simple
Mhm,
because so many times we get into complicating things and it's the simplest questions that they have that
mhm,
they want answers for. And so when you're creating an educational marketing strategy, you really want to, I say, go into your inbox or your last phone dialogue and
mhm.
see what questions they've had. So,
Okay.
if you're looking at real estate, and I mean, my gosh, we're in the middle of the market right now.
Mhm,
Rates are up, inventory's low. We're
mhm.
still in kind of this nebulous of what's going on. So, answering those questions for people is so important.
Welcome to the Selling Sandoval podcast, where we dive deep into the world of real estate in sunny California. I'm your host, Victoria Sandoval, and I'm thrilled to have you join me as I sit down with top-notch professionals, market analysts, and influential leaders who have mastered the art of closing deals. Together, we'll explore the ever-evolving market trends, debunk myths, and empower you with the tools to negotiate like a pro. So whether you're a buyer, seller, or agent seeking inspiration, this podcast is your key to unlocking real estate success in California. This is the Selling Sandoval podcast. I'm Victoria Sandoval, and I'm excited to embark on this journey with you. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Selling Sandoval. I'm here with Ginger Bell. She is a marketer. She helps real estate agents and mortgage professionals with their marketing. She's a best-selling author, and yeah, she's pretty much a badass when it comes to marketing. So I wanted to feature her so that she can share tips and tricks for you agents and loan officers listening in on what you can do to help basically bring in more business. So welcome, Erin.
Awesome. Thank you, Victoria. So, yes, so just a little bit of myself. My name's Ginger Bell, and I'm the CEO of Edumarketing. And I work with real estate and mortgage professionals to help them do videos, podcasts, social media, um, authoring books. I've got 14 best-selling books on Amazon, and I've helped numerous other authors get their books onto Amazon. So it's
That's
all
awesome.
about educational marketing. And that's why my company is called Edumarketing. It's that education marketing put together, which is so powerful when you're talking to buyers and sellers, right?
Right, absolutely. And you've actually helped me with my marketing as well. And I'm very, very pleased with your services. So thank you for that. It's great when you work with the best. So again, you work the type of education, what type of education do you recommend that us realtors do to help consumers?
Well, I think the first thing when you're thinking about educating consumers is to really keep it simple
Mhm,
because so many times we get into complicating things and it's the simplest questions that they have that
mhm,
they want answers for. And so when you're creating an educational marketing strategy, you really want to, I say, go into your inbox or your last phone dialogue and
mhm.
see what questions they've had. So,
Okay.
if you're looking at real estate, and I mean, my gosh, we're in the middle of the market right now.
Mhm,
Rates are up, inventory's low. We're
mhm.
still in kind of this nebulous of what's going on. So answering those questions for people is so important. And especially in California, I just spoke recently in San Francisco at a conference and had pulled some recent numbers as far as markets in California.
Okay.
And, California takes a hit so many times. It's like, it's going to crash, it's going down, it's overpriced.
Oh
And
yeah. Mhm.
we're seeing the opposite of that, where there are so many areas that are continuing to go up. And so educating buyers on what's really happening in the market, I think is
Right.
so important. Just having that, here's a snapshot, here's where it is. And then, of course, those conversations, as you know, about why real estate is a good investment. I think a lot of people, they don't understand that it is a long-term investment. And so getting into why buy, the strategies as far as where people are, whether they're a first-time home buyer, whether they're an investor, whether they're looking at buying a second home. I mean, there's all of those different topics that people have questions about. So
Right.
creating content You just begin with looking at what are the simple questions that they have and start answering those questions.
Right, that's a really good tip. And as far as videos, like, this is kind of going back to what we were talking about. What type of videos do you feel would stand out right now in this current market?
So it depends on the platform you're on. Like I have clients who are doing like just killing it on TikTok. In
Okay,
fact, I have a client and we produce his videos. He does his videos in Spanish
right.
and that's his market. And so for him, we just recorded a series of videos for him for August. And I said, how's it going? He's in Florida. He says, Ginger, he goes, I can't keep up. I am so busy. So here
Wow,
he is,
it's a good problem to have.
it's a great problem to have. And when you think about everything that he has done in his business is all about continuing that education process. And
Right.
so doing short videos, answering questions on TikTok, doing
Hmm.
longer format videos on YouTube. And that's the thing for him. He says, I'm going to double down on YouTube because the Spanish market goes to YouTube a lot. I mean, he has a good
Mm,
following on TikTok and on Insta and on, the standard social media platforms. But you need to think about hitting every single platform because
right.
social media is one area, but YouTube, that's where people go and search. So
Right.
if they're, going, YouTube is the number 2 search engine. So that's where they're going and they're looking for information. And on YouTube, they want answers. Like we have clients who have, 3 to 4 minute videos, 7 to 15 minute videos. We have clients that even do 30-minute videos that have great watch time because people want to have their questions answered. So you think about what that is. And then you can mix it up a little bit. So if you want to do some videos talking about an area, I mean, you're in San Diego, sunny San Diego, except for June.
Right.
But, it's like talking about, hey, if you're thinking of moving to California, here's, a great area, some of the best parks, some of the best, things to do. So
Right.
focus on the area. That's what people search for. Like if they're moving, hey, I'm relocating to California. Where do
Hmm.
I want to live? Those are things that they're searching for. So those are things that you can do videos about.
Okay, awesome. So you recommend doing shorts on Instagram and then redirecting them to YouTube, or just redirect all platforms, basically doing shorts on.
Yeah, all of them.
Okay.
You can do shorts on YouTube. YouTube does have a 1 minute requirement. So if it's over 1 minute, it doesn't qualify as a short,
Okay.
but you can do, all kinds of different content. And we recommend, honestly, 3 videos a week is what you should be doing. So one long form video, so that's over a minute, and then 2 short form videos that are under a minute. You can do more than that.
Hmm.
TikTok, you can do lots of little short clips,
Hmm.
and that's what it's known for. Same with Instagram, but YouTube, you can definitely get into your longer form content. We post long form content on all of the social media as well. TikTok has expanded. So, they started off with just a minute, then they went up to 3 minutes. Now they're up to, I think, 9 or 10 minutes. And
Right.
so they do recognize that if the content is good, and it's relevant and people are interested in it, they will watch longer videos.
Yeah, and all of our younger buyers right now, they're all on TikTok. But
Yep.
I've been a bit skeptical on posting too much on TikTok because I was afraid of investing too much time on this platform that might go away. What are your thoughts on that? Do you
Yeah,
think that's
I
going to
mean,
happen?
I mean, who knows what's going to happen on it? And then there's 2 new social media platforms out there. So,
Really? Which ones are those? If you don't mind me asking.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't, it's I honestly can't remember the name of them. It's like
Okay.
you
They're
haven't,
all
there's always new ones that are popping up.
right.
It'll come to me in a minute. But,
Okay.
it's like if you're producing content regularly and you can do the long form and the short form, just
Mhm.
post it on everything that's relevant.
Okay.
So, and you don't have to have TikTok in the mix, but if you're doing video, why not post it there?
Right, right. So we started actually posting on Instagram and TikTok. Well, we've been posting on Instagram for some time now. And so what we do is we grab those shorts, put them on YouTube as well.
Right?
So now we have more and more content. You don't have to sit there in front of the camera and record this 3 minute long video in order to post on YouTube. You can
Right.
literally post shorts now, which is great. So our clients, if you have a ton of subscribers, they're going to get alerted more and more every time you post. So that's the beauty of it, which is great.
Well, and it's the consistency. So many times I see people get started doing video or marketing or an email. I mean, whatever you're doing, and they get into it for 30 days, 60 days, and it's like, it's not producing results. But it takes time. It's like anything to build up a following. The
Right,
other thing I recommend is using a mixed approach in your marketing. So doing the social media, that's fine. Doing the YouTube, that's fine. But also if you're doing those videos, integrate them into your email marketing strategy. Send
right.
them out to your database and you can
Mhm.
build your database. I would do an approach as a real estate agent, giving that information as far as how the market is,
Mhm.
things in their location as far as if people are looking to move there or if they live there or great neighborhoods, even going showcasing places to eat, workplaces. A lot of people are working remote but they want to
Mhm.
have a place to go to where they can have a conference room, so
Okay.
go and showcase some of those remote workplaces and like WeWorks and different places like that, to where, hey, I'm in San Diego and this is one of my favorite places to go and work at. Those are things that are people are looking for. And then put those into an email newsletter that you send out once a week, where you can just have,
Right.
hey, here's some things that are going on, have a list of things that are going on, showcasing a certain neighborhood, talk about, events, and then share your videos with that. So if you're going to record it one time, what you want to do is think about how many different places can you share that on your website. So many times people do videos and they don't put it on your website. Your website is a great place to put your video because it's going to increase your SEO on your website. And
That's
you can
great.
take the video, you can transcribe what's in there. There's a lot of different platforms to use that. And then you can take the content and put that into a blog post underneath the video. That's going to increase your SEO because you're going to have the written content and then you're also going to have the video. And Google really ranks video very highly as far as their SEO.
That's great. That's great advice. Wow. Let's talk about co-branding with loan officers. If you're a realtor and you work with a loan officer, how can they work together to help consumers
Yeah,
with
so
their
just
market? Mhm.
yeah, just like what we're doing right now, do a video like this to where you can hop on a Zoom call and get on with a loan officer and talk about, you know, everybody wants to know about the rates, but then getting into down payment programs,
Right.
how much you need. VA, I mean, San Diego, how close are you to the base right there to where you could talk about the VA home loan?
Yeah.
Talk about different programs that are available, talk about mortgage insurance, because those are the kind of
Hmm.
questions that people have. So yeah, invite a loan officer on. How about a stager? I mean, people are wondering right now, it's like, what do I need to do
Yeah.
to get my house ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Moving companies, it's like, have somebody that's a moving company that talks about how do you prepare, if you're moving across country, what are the things that you need to do, if there's corporate
Mhm.
relocation companies, I would consider inviting a corporate relocation company on to talk about, what are the things you need to look for, because there's definitely advantages to, buying. Even if it's a leasing agent, if you're doing leasing, you can do videos talking about, great places to rent. And I know a lot of realtors are leasing right now.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and we're because that's what people are doing and it's another revenue stream. So you could start a whole conversation about that. Or maybe somebody leased during the pandemic and now they're thinking, oh, I'm going to be here for a while. How do I go from leasing to owning? And how do I make that transition? You could have a financial planner on to talk about, making a financial plan. You could have a CPA on to talk about, creating a budget, tax advantages, all those kind of things. There's a lot of different things, even legislation. I actually, on my podcast today, I had someone on that was talking about there's legislation in 2025 that's happening in California that's going to require people to have long-term insurance for retirement, and so that aging care insurance. And so that's important legislation. Anytime there's something new, to be able to get somebody on would be great. If you're in a local area, consider having, a local council member on, or the mayor of your town on, to talk about, what's happening within that. Builders are great to have on, because that is the one area that we have the opportunity to expand our housing shortage, and that is with builders. And what builder wouldn't want to be on a call with you? Plus, the thing, when you invite somebody else on, what's going to happen? They're going to send that video out to their network as well, right?
Right.
So doing that and making it easy for them to do it. So if you're going to record a video, then send them a copy. Don't just send them your link, send them the MP4, write up the description. ChatGPT makes it easy now for us to be able to go and write up those descriptions, right?
Right.
So send them the information, say, hey, thank you so much for joining me. By the way, here's a copy of your video. Here's something you can send out to your database and post on your social media. Have those social graphics. Make it easy for people to be a super fan of everything that you're doing. And that's really what it's about, is creating those super fans of you being able to educate the community.
Wow, this is great stuff. This is great stuff. I'm really excited. I wish I could just pick your brain all day and bring you to the office and have you sit next to me so you could just tell me what to do next. But I'm really excited to be working with you. And for agents that want to hire you to help them with their marketing, how can they get a hold of you?
So our website is edumarketing.com. So it's edumarketing.com. And we provide video production service. We also do podcast production service. And so that's where they can find us. We do a lot of consulting as far as strategy and coming up with branding and content and ideas. And that's a lot of fun to go through that, just different names, just like you. It's like Selling Sandoval. It's like, it's such a perfect brand for you. And so coming up with that, we help a lot with branding. So coming up with what your voice, and I think that's the most important thing, find your voice and lean into it, right?
Great advice. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. I'm sure this was a lot of agents have basically a lot of takeaways from this listening to this podcast. So yes, hopefully you come visit us again soon with more tips and tricks as the market shifts. I'm going to be calling you.
Absolutely. I would love to. And thanks for all you're doing, Victoria, to be amazing and to share the information. You are doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening in. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Selling Sandoval podcast. If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and stay tuned for more valuable insights and practical tips. Remember, whether you're a buyer, seller, or an aspiring real estate agent, the Selling Sandoval podcast is your trusted companion in navigating the dynamic California real estate landscape. Until next time, keep dreaming big and making those real estate dreams a reality. This is Victoria Sandoval, signing off from the Selling Sandoval podcast, wishing you success and happiness in all of your real estate endeavors.